It was a neighborhood cat that lured Stella the Labradoodle into traffic in July.
I was like, oh my God, our dog just got hit.
The Albrecht family jumped into action.
We jumped in the car and started trying to get to the ER as fast as we could to try to save her life.
William Albrecht headed down 550 through Bernalillo from their Rio Rancho home toward the nearest 24-hour emergency vet. He spots a Bernalillo police cruiser.
So I imagined if he was going to pull me over for speeding, I'd pull over, he'd say something to me, and then maybe even help us get there. I've heard of stories like that before, but that didn't happen.
Driver, step out of the vehicle!
This is what did happen.
Face the away from me!
Lapel video shows Officer Remy Navarez put Albrecht at gunpoint, ordering him out of the car.
Step back! Step back!
Welcome back, everyone, to another day in the life of eviscerating unloved men with chips on their shoulders. Hopefully by now you've been catching up on all of our recent content. If not, then let me tell you. The following video is going to have some profanity, maybe more than others, mainly because this bag of rotten trash with a badge is completely unhinged, scared, and made up fucking lies about a family on a traffic stop who was just trying to save their dog's life. Everyone involved behind the scenes of my videos absolutely loves animals. So when we see tyrant assholes with no sense of humanity, we get passionately angry and the profanity starts flying. The following video is sad as fuck, as we watch a family in Bernalillo, New Mexico, rushing to an animal hospital in an effort to save their dog's life. It is interrupted by not only a traffic stop, but a felony traffic stop by none other than this incompetent fucking liar, Officer Remy Navarez. The Albrecht family was at home with their dog Stella, a Labradoodle, when she chased a cat into the street. Unfortunately, Stella was struck by a neighbor's vehicle who was speeding down the street at the time. The family quickly grabbed Stella and jumped in their vehicle as they rushed to the emergency vet. William Albrecht was driving the family's SUV on the 550 freeway through Bernalillo when they noticed overhead lights activated on a marked patrol vehicle and assumed it was for speeding. William Albrecht pulled over right away and said he thought he could explain the situation and hopefully the officer would help them get to the vet faster. Unfortunately for the Albrecht family, that was not the case. As soon as the SUV pulled to the side of the road, Officer Remy Navarez lost his ever-loving mind, if he had one to begin with. He immediately exited his patrol vehicle and pointed his firearm at the Albrecht's SUV and ordered William to exit the vehicle. Let's pause right here. I'm not sure which police department conducts felony car stops with one fucking officer present, but I don't think the Bernalillo Police Department reinvented the wheel with this one. This mentally unstable tyrant clearly didn't take enough Xanax to get him through the day and went full spectrum during this encounter. A very interesting part of this body cam video is that the video didn't start recording until soulless Officer Remy Navarez was already ordering William out of the vehicle. Interesting. Every body cam device I'm aware of has the capability to backtrack 30 seconds prior to being activated, meaning one of two things. This poorly trained and incompetent trash officer didn't activate his camera until well into the traffic stop, or the department didn't release all the footage. I'm willing to bet this pathetic excuse of a cop knew he fucked up and didn't activate his camera in a timely manner on purpose. As William exits the vehicle, he is pleading with this sorry excuse of a man and telling him his dog was in the car dying. Officer Remy Navarez couldn't care less. He continued to cuss at William and give him orders, telling him to step back faster. Eventually, other officers arrived to assist on the felony car stop that was initiated by just one piggy. What the fuck is Officer Remy Navarez so fucking scared of? The level of fragility in his voice and copious amounts of estrogen in his bloodstream must trigger him to behave in the manner that he does. It is truly pathetic. Once William was cuffed, this rage-filled psychopath orders William's 16-year-old son out of the vehicle and continues to point his firearm. The kid is distraught and also yelling that their dog is in the car dying. No one cares.
Realizing what's happening,
My dog's gonna die!
Albrecht's wife starts recording on her cell phone.
Roll the window down, Remy.
I'm thinking, this is unbelievable. I can't believe this. Like, why Didn't someone just come check with us, find out what the reason our speeding was, and help us?
She and her son watch in disbelief.
Step back, go to your left.
As Navarez directs Albrecht into traffic, backup arrives, but they continue with a felony stop.
Get faster. Get on your knees.
Guns drawn. His wife and 16-year-old son now at gunpoint.
My dog's about to die.
Albrecht is handcuffed.
My dog's about to die.
I saw my son was sticking his hands out the window too, like, dude, our dog's gonna die.
Okay, come to me. My dog's gonna die.
And none of them seemed to even care at the moment at all.
Keep your hands, please. My neighbor hit my dog. That's my son and my wife. Stand up. Please, sir, my dog's about to die.
He's taken to the back of a patrol car.
Sir,
My dog's bleeding out of mouth. Okay.
Albrecht's wife tries to explain.
She's going to die. She got hit by a car.
Finally, another officer confirms the family's dire situation and pleads with Officer My Mommy Doesn't Love Me to let the family go. He finally does after some convincing, but unfortunately, Stella passed away later that day. Here's my take on this as a former police officer. I know, but I do have a soul, unlike these fucks. I've been in plenty of scary situations, far scarier than a fucking traffic stop. I've stopped hundreds, if not more than 1,000 vehicles. There have been times I've been scared shitless, but guess what? I've never lost my bearing like this piece of shit. I've initiated and have been involved in numerous felony car stops. Guess what? None of them were because I was fucking lying about a speeding car trying to evade me. If your driving skills suck so fucking bad and you can't catch up to a specific vehicle, don't go making shit up about it just to justify your inappropriate level of force. This was the most unnecessary exhibition of fear-mongering and misuse of resources I have seen in a hot minute. Officer Jeremy Navarez needs to be fired. He lacks integrity, the number one qualifying trait for anyone to be a police officer. He is an unhinged liar. He is incompetent, and his baby mama left him because he's a lying narcissist. Now, back to the felony car stop. Let's say a felony car stop is in fact warranted, unlike what we just saw here. You do not start ordering people out of the vehicle until 2 or more patrol vehicles are present, and usually a supervisor. I wonder what the policy is on this at their corrupt fucking department. I'm willing to bet it is vague and loosely worded so as to allow for the lies and corruption to flow freely and be misinterpreted by soulless pieces of shit like Officer Jeremy Navarez. I want to see the report on this incident.
Officer Navarez's report says he drew his firearm and pointed it towards the immediate threat, writing the driver looked mad with his hands clenched in the air. The officer's video shows otherwise.
Driver, step out of the vehicle.
The second I saw my guns to my son's head, like I really felt like when I got out of the car, like this dude might shoot me if I make the wrong move. I can't believe you're doing this, sir.
Christ, man.
Another officer convinced Navarez to let the family go.
Let me get out of here. Referee 5 units, go ahead and downgrade.
The cuffs come off.
You're something else.
You're something else, sir. Good luck with your dogs.
Their dog Stella didn't make it.
It's horrible. Like, she was such a great dog.
So how did speeding turn into a felony stop? The family had no weapons or warrants.
I can't believe you pulled your gun on my kids, sir.
Policy.
Oh, yeah, I hear you.
What articulatable facts did he conjure up to make this seem legitimate? The use of force policy was obtained by local news media and is also vaguely worded, because baconators cannot be held accountable if policies are up for interpretation. A key takeaway for any of these cunts is this: you can always downgrade your force. Let's say during this alleged felony car stop, the officer did have morals and admitted to himself that his imagination did get the best of him. He could always holster his firearm and give simple orders to de-escalate the situation. The lack of humility in this interaction speaks volumes. But then again, a society of weak, poorly trained men have consequences, like the death of a beloved family pet. This was just another day in the office for this sorry excuse of a man. I do find it interesting that he also has a son. I wonder how he would feel if some unhinged, incompetent moron officer made shit up to conduct a felony car stop on a vehicle that his son was occupying. He might think differently the next time before making shit up. If you're as outraged at this video as many of us are, feel free to call the Bernalillo City Council at area code 505-867-3311 and the Bernalillo Police Department at area code 505-891-7226. And let them know how you feel about the lack of a moral compass we see so clearly exhibited by Officer Jeremy Navarez.
No one came at him, no one threatened him, and again, like, what did he see that scared him so bad? I mean, this guy was angry.
The Albrechts saw just how angry watching the officer's recording.
Are you kidding me?
So he's gonna complain.
They also heard Officer Navarez's explanation.
Well, yeah, so I did a felony stop on him because he wasn't stopping when he stopped. Once we found out his dog was injured, and he was trying to get to veterinarian, we tried the idea and let him go if he's being
That guy shouldn't be a cop.
What was going through your head?
Just scared. Just calling my dad names and stuff. It's not right. Shouldn't be a police officer.
We called Bernalillo Police to ask if they're investigating the stop. We left messages for the chief, called and emailed, but we never got an answer. We also showed the video to the ACLU.
I do think it was an excessive use of force, an unnecessary use of force, and this is why people are fearful of the police.
Maria Martinez is the legal director for ACLU New Mexico.
Police departments just need to really be serious about consequences when this type of thing happens. So in this specific case, I think these officers should be disciplined.
Let us know what you think about this incident in the comments. Also, please like this video, share it, and subscribe to my channel if you don't already. It is all thanks to people like you that we are able to keep our efforts going.